wide world singing baby song.
Mental ray is used in our games to create some of the cinematic sequences that go before the actual gameplay experience. It's set up to use distributive rendering easily because it's integrated in SoftImage. What you get is increased realism. You get lens flare effects, volumetric lighting, and more realistic motion blur effects, and you can still stay in a nice SoftImage interactive mode. Between FIFA 96 and FIFA 97, we went from pre-rendered sprites to full 3D polygons being rendered by the game. Everything in the game is now 3D. All of the games right now use UV texture mapping. We build the models in SoftImage, and we can stay in the SoftImage environment and set our textures up. It allows you to move UV texture coordinates around on your 2D texture map and see the results on the model, all interactively. The user interface that SoftImage has created is the industry standard for being able to get up to production speed quickly. It provides us with a full tool set, and we are able to use the SDK to write our own plugins to do the specialized things that we want to do in our studio. We have our own motion capture facility. The SDK plugins were used extensively in order to import and massage all our motion capture data and get them into a suitable form to export into our games. We capture small chunks of motion that are going to be randomly assembled by the game ultimately, from a run to a kick, a run to a header, a run to a chest move, a run to a tackle. We import those motions into SoftImage. We assign them to our skeletons, tweak those motions and make sure they're moving fluidly and that they link to other frames. We wanted to make sure that there was seamless transitions between all of these moves, so we used the SDK to write a plugin to do that. The end result is we have motion that looks a lot more realistic and fluid than we would be able to normally achieve, and we're able to go through a large volume of moves in our tight production schedules. The advantage of being able to stay in the SoftImage environment is you don't have to write a lot of translators and try to get things in and out of other packages where information is inevitably lost. It just means everything is a lot smoother in production. 10 years ago, SoftImage made animation more of an artist and an animator's tool, where before it was more of a programmer and technician's tool. SoftImage with Sumatra is going to take a major leap forward again in that same direction. It's amazing gameplay, and people feel that it's moved things to yet another level of realism and, enhanced the in-game experience so that it's even, you feel more like you're there.
On Myst, we ran into a lot of frustrations. Speed, functionality, not being able to do what we had in our heads in a timely manner. The software couldn't handle it. So we realized when we were finished with Myst that we needed to, for our next endeavor, upgrade so that we could create worlds, the kinds we had in our minds, the ones we were dreaming about, ones that were much more lavish and detailed. That's when we took a good look around and switched to SoftImage. Are the drips actually on the texture itself and not in another layer?
No, they're on the texture itself.
One of the most exciting things about working on something like Riven is that we're creating a world. I think it's ingrained in all people. We like to explore. When people see things from other cultures or from other parts of the world that they have never seen before, never even knew existed, sometimes they just stand back in amazement and can hardly believe it's real. And that's just the first wave that hits them. Next, they really take a close look and see all the complexities, all those details that make it a real place. If we can accomplish the same thing that people get from going to a place they've never been, then we've succeeded. SoftImage allows us to get what we see in our heads out somewhere so that other people can see it.